Welcome to Artisan POS Software. I'm David Roberts, Artisan co-creator and software developer, and I will be your guide. This video is the starting point for most of our users after having completed the installation process by us or one of our valued partners, or by following the preceding installation guides. So at this point, we can assume that you have Artisan installed, your real data has been created, and you're ready to begin. The user login screen is the first screen you'll see when you open Artisan POS. Touch or click on your name, or you can also press the key as indicated in the black circle. So for the owner, I can press 1 on my keyboard. If you have a password set up, you must type that in too. I know that you're probably excited to get started entering your products, but let's take a few minutes to talk about how to navigate around in Artisan. I promise that it will be worth your while, and I'll show you some very valuable Artisan skills that will help you throughout your Artisan experience. After this important video, feel free to skip around in the videos as best suits your needs. Please make sure you don't miss the section in this video about record table screens. The most prominent thing is the central main menu. You can of course touch or click on the button. You can also type the number, letter, or keystrokes that are indicated in the black circle. Oh, and by the way, whenever I say click on something, you can use any of those methods. So from now on, I will just say click, and you'll know that this means that you can touch, click, or press the key. This is a traditional hierarchical menu. So if we click on the inventory button, for example, we can see that the next level of menu buttons, item records, category records, and so on. Pressing escape will take you up one level on the menu. If you're on a screen, it will close that screen that you're currently looking at. Pressing escape in a text field will undo any new text that you have typed. So from here, I can choose item records, and then escape to close this screen, and then escape again to go back to the main menu. The Go button will take you back to the top of the menu if you are in a submenu. It will start a new menu screen if you are in an active screen such as the Sales screen. If I type over some text and then change my mind, escape will undo those changes, as long as I don't move off that field. Pressing Shift Escape will activate a super escape and close off other screens and leave you with one screen at the top of the main menu. There are other places in Artisan where escape is used also, and we'll cover those later. The next prominent section is the toolbar menu across the top. These buttons give you quick access to functions and other areas in Artisan, so you can quickly get right to the commonly used areas such as item records. You can remove and add buttons to this menu by clicking on the View and then selecting Toolbar Buttons. The check mark indicates if the button is currently displayed on the toolbar. Clicking a checked mark item removes it from the toolbar. You can remove all the buttons at once and add back the ones you wish to, or you can restore the toolbar to how it was displayed by default. There's also a pull-down menu at the top of the screen for File, Edit, View, Go, Reports, Tools, and Help. Please pay close attention to the Edit menu. The Edit menu is where you can learn keyboard commands for editing functions. Note that you can clone or duplicate a record. More on this later, and we'll also cover more details about this powerful menu. But one more thing for now. These also have keyboard shortcuts. Notice the underlined letter. Press the Alt key plus the letter shown to activate the menu. There are more underlined letters besides each entry here, so Alt V plus F will change you to a full screen. Although this isn't for everyone, some users prefer keyboard shortcuts. The choice is yours. Let's talk about getting help. If you're stuck, one of the best ways to learn about a new topic is through our knowledge base. And the easiest way to get to that is to go to the place in Artisan and click on the question mark or press the F1 key. After a few seconds, an article in this topic will be displayed. Unfortunately, there isn't a page for absolutely every screen, but there are a lot of them, and we're working on them all the time. There's also a red help bar at the bottom of most screens. Sometimes this can provide you with just the clue that you needed. The next section is the user section. This identifies who is currently logged into Artisan, as well as the station's name and location. To switch to another user, just click on the blue user button, which takes you to the login screen. Click on your name to log out if you want to walk away from the station. Logging out prevents other users from accessing areas of the program that are restricted. We'll go over how to create users and set up security controls in the next video. This drop-down lets you switch between real data and practice or sample data. Use sample data to review or try out new artisan tasks such as running sales, creating customers, and more. So you can practice and train and show all your staff how to do neat new things and learn new projects. The Open Screens panel is a great way to see which screens are currently open. The screen you're on is highlighted as dark gray. To move to a different screen, just click on another screen name in this list. To close a screen, right-click and select Close Screen, or close all screens to exit out of all screens at once. We recommend using open screens to help you multitask and switch between various places in the program efficiently. Just be mindful of how many screens you have open, as too many might slow down your work. So if you're in the middle of a purchase order, for example, and a customer comes in, you can quickly start a sale and not lose your place on the PO. When you're finished with the sale, click back on your PO in the open screens. Now I would like to introduce our record table screen. Later there's another video for a more in-depth dive into this topic, but for now I will just cover some of the critical basics. Click on Items in the toolbar. This is just one example of a record table screen, but it's one of the most important ones. Records are information stored on a particular thing, such as a product, vendor, customer, and so on. The record table screens allow you to scroll through all these records in a spreadsheet-style format. You can control what columns you see by clicking on the Configure Columns button. You can also drag columns around and adjust their size. All these changes are automatically saved for you and anyone else on other computers who are using the same column layout. If you want to create your own special column layout, you must first edit the list and create a new name. Then with your name selected, make your changes. You can switch back to other column layouts as needed. Be sure to change off your special layout or exit the screen when you're done so nobody else might make changes you don't want. Column layouts get associated with search options. This is so that when you search by a certain field, that field is visible on the screen so that you can see the results of your filter. Search options are critical in you being able to find a specific record you're looking for. Each record table screen starts out with a designated search option. In this case, we see the item code starts with. If I start typing, the list narrows down as I type. The number of the matching records is shown in the bottom left. If you want to filter by something else, click on the Start New Search button. There's often lots of options, and you can even make your own button here. If we choose Description Contains, for example, then type the word frog.